All right, y'all, we back. Reese, I'm in focus. We on the joint. All right, y'all, we back. And let's just jump right back into the topic. What we got next, Leah?
I got in trouble. Nobody saw that. Ain't nobody see the scolding face that was coming from that corner. I'm sorry.
All right, so before we left, we were talking about the assistant principal, kids misbehaving in school.
Badass kids.
Pretty much no guidance. So I guess it kind of segues into the topic. Tyrese was talking about no unity in our culture anymore. And I thought about that in the kind of sense of like, it takes a village to raise,
a child
and things like this. So he said that every other race and culture has a sense of community except for us. What do you think about that?
And that's a goddamn.
I completely agree.
Yeah, it's not, bro. Like, only time we want to stand up for each other is when something fucked up happens.
Blatantly, yeah.
Oh, I can't believe this. And now it's Black Lives Matter, and I'm not knocking the movement, but it shouldn't take for fucked up shit to happen for it to be a movement. We should be for each other at all times.
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
But listen, I responded because I think you even liked my response.
Yeah, I did.
This is my thought process. Anytime I hear that shit, it kind of blows me because if you really look at the history, right?
Right.
Once we were released from slavery, excuse me, y'all. Ooh.
That COVID?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Once we was released from slavery,
right.
There was I can't remember the time frame, but there was a period in time where we were becoming I guess you say accustomed to the American way. We had black Republicans, we had people in office and things of that nature. Yeah, we were becoming self-sufficient, and then the racism from slavery interfered with that. So let's fast forward into the 1900s. I think we got to a point where we realized that the culture didn't want us. At least the culture here didn't want us, because what you start seeing black HBCUs. You start seeing black towns that run sufficiently on their own. You start seeing entrepreneurs in black communities that, again, on their own.
Right.
I think out of all the races here, we were the only ones initially who people fuck with. Consistently.
Right.
Anytime we had our own, they fucked with it.
Right. They threw a wrench into it.
Right. Black Wall Street. You got, I can't think off the top of my head right now.
Welfare, where it was like programmed for them to get the black man out of the household.
Right. So it's like, hold on, I'm going to get to that point. But there have been a lot of things put in place for the division. The division doesn't come just out of nowhere. I think the only thing that probably hurt us the most was segregation. Desegregation, I'm sorry. Because what happened is you, a barber, a teacher, she's a nurse, he's an entrepreneur. Once we all had the money to live or afford certain homes, but because of segregation, we couldn't go to them places. But once, the civil rights movement came and they said this is wrong, everybody left. You get what I'm saying? Everybody fled because we wanted to be so a part of the American
dream or the American way that we lost sight of
unity
ourselves.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Unity.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Like, did you know that the Redskins was one of the last teams to integrate African Americans in football?
No, I never knew that.
That's a fact. Look it up.
Okay.
I promise you, I'm not freestyling. They were one of the last teams to say we will allow African Americans to play in the NFL. Everybody else had jumped on board. Dallas was one of the first.
Mm-hmm.
The Washington Redskins was one of the last, if not the last, people to say, all right, cool. Because of the racist Caucasian owner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it just be shit like that. Like, and I'm not saying not be a Redskins fan, but it just make you think sometimes, like, damn. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, it's wild. Like, it's wild. What you laughing at?
Yeah, I was going to say, what's so funny?
No, but it played into racism and culturally being divided. But it was a fun fact that applied to, you know what I mean, like
racism fact. Thank you.
yeah, you know, I'm your local racist commentor.
I mean, it's a good. I mean, it still goes along with the conversation in a way, but essentially, that's why I think division has always been a thing with them and us since slavery, because like you had the field nigga and the house nigga.
Yeah,
it started there.
Yeah,
so that's where the division started. Once, I think the problem with what's Irv Gotti brother name? He said this. What's his brother name? Irv Gotti brother. Well, anyway,
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead.
He said the issue within our community is that we always think we got to be the one.
Okay,
which is very true. Everybody essentially strives to be the man in a sense when it comes to sports, education. Chris Gotti. When it comes to podcasting, whatever Black people are into, people feel like they got to be number one. When essentially, like he said Pepsi and Coke don't have a problem with each other. And they both out here thriving. Toyota and BMW don't have a problem with each other. They out here thriving. You get what I'm saying? But essentially, I think once the division came in the form of slavery and it kind of transpired to, once we got free, because I think naturally anybody who's educated or has money feels entitled. I think that's just like, unless you, I think if you have the awareness and you're able to hone in on that and know that you're not better than the next person, cool. But for most people,
yeah, when they get that bag, they change.
Like, prime example, we had a person here, and I picked up on this. I'm not going to say this person's name, but they said, yeah, this is off camera. They was like, yeah, your little podcast. I'm like, bitch, like what?
Yeah, the word "little" is
like what you, I understand. Like, we're not in the space that you are in when it comes to the following, but don't belittle us. We just started.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting, like, after a year of doing this with the ups and downs, I think this is probably the first time I found a solid team and consistency and able to keep, going with the dream. But when she said it, I'm like, why are you trying to shit on us?
And they got a little apartment, but we don't speak on that.
Hey,
okay, sorry.
But you get what I'm saying? Like,
it go back to the crab to the barrel mentality.
Yeah, it's like, why are you calling my shit little?
To help somebody else up, they pushing them back down.
Yeah, like you essentially, that person started from somewhere.
Right.
You weren't always
here. Yeah.
Like, so this is a buildup.
Yeah,
like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I like you've said previously, you appreciate the people that have been rocking since day one. I appreciate the people that's been rocking since day one.
Mm-hmm.
I also appreciate the new people who jump on board to watch the journey and see us get to wherever the top may be for us. This may be it for us. This may be, you know what? We have a good time, it's fun, and yada yada yada, and I'm cool with this. But before you tear me down, add value, give me some corrective criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Do all of these things before you call it a little or a little. You know what I mean? Like that's corny, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's like cheap shots. And then if you respond in the same manner, now I'm an asshole. But I'm cool with being an asshole. Like, yo, I'm not gonna say personally, but don't ever try to play with me.
Yeah,
because when I respond, I'm gonna respond in the same smug way that you do. Don't play with me.
Like, yeah, I don't. I think that's just like an issue in our community, though. For some reason, it's just
get over.
Yeah, it's really
that we got to do better. Like
that thing of just, I'm better than you.
Yeah, what happened to yo, bro? I see what you're doing, yo. That's some good shit.
Yeah, like
nice work,
right.
Good job,
right. And remember, on the last part, I said, I understand gatekeeping, and then I don't at the same time. But if you see somebody who's being consistent, doing what they're doing, and trying to elevate, don't belittle them in any way, any kind of way. If you're gonna help, then help. If you're not, then not. But don't try to sit here and shit on my shit.
Keep your fucking comments to yourself.
Yeah.
Because when niggas start responding and doing it via this, now we dickheads because we responded to your slight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all for that shit. Like, yeah, but you play with me, I'm gonna play right on back.
Right. But to get back to your point, Leah, yeah, I think we don't have a lot of unity in the community.
We don't.
We just don't. I mean,
so what can we do to help that?
Everybody got to be comfortable with playing their role.
Everybody got to play their part. Everybody has to essentially learn how to get along and play fair.
Yeah, I think essentially too, you got to understand, like, within your role that you are not that person in the sense of the number one person. Essentially, you might play a role within the community, but you're not the number one guy.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, fucking everybody need a henchman. You get what I'm saying? Batman needed Robin. You get what I'm saying? So it's like most people just want to just be shit. Niggas don't even want to be Batman. Niggas want to be Superman.
Everybody want to be the star.
Yeah, everybody want to be the star, and everybody can't be the star.
Right.
Like, and it's not even that you can't be the star. Essentially, is that your skill set says you're good at this, and that's what you're good at.
Yeah, you got to know your strong suits.
Yeah,
and play play your position.
And play your position.
Like, your time gonna come if it's meant for you to shine. Your time gonna come. If it's not, it's nothing wrong with being nobody wants to be the sidekick, but that may just be your role because you can't handle the limelight.
Prime example, our cameraman. He said, bro, I never want to be in front of the camera. I'm cool with being behind the camera. I don't want to be known. I don't want to be seen. Cool. You know what that's telling me? You want to play your role. You get what I'm saying? You was cool with commentating. You know what that's telling me? You want to play your role. You get what I'm saying? You never not once ever said, yo, when I'm going to get on camera. Or you never tried to be loud or abrupt in conversations to make yourself seen. You know how to play your role or heard. You get what I'm saying? You understand that me and this man are the host of the show. You play your role. He play his role. And at times, things may change.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Like he said, you're going to have your time. But I think within the black community, a lot of shit comes back to everybody want to be number one.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like niggas that hate, prime example, bro. Niggas that hate, I might have $1 million, but you might have $999,000.
Right.
And just because I got the million, you mad at me. Why? We can spend money the same way.
Yeah, we both can live it up.
Yeah, so why are you mad at me? You get what I'm saying? You're not living a normal life.
Just go get that extra $1,000 and you'll be fine.
Or that. Or call me and be like, bro, how are you making $1 million?
Right, exactly. That's another thing. People be scared to ask for help. But people are scared to ask for help because people be scared to gatekeep and how I was talking about earlier.
I think
about gatekeeping outfits. People gatekeep knowledge.
I think that's one of the worst things, like with people as a whole. Like you said, one, you're scared to ask a question, and then let's say you build up the courage to ask the question, and then the response is like, bow, I'm not telling you. Now you like, God damn it, I done built up this courage to ask this person this question and they shoot me down because they are afraid of you doing it better than them.
Well, so you know what that is to me? When somebody tells me no, that means God didn't want me a part of that. That's all based in perception. Okay. However you kind of look at the situation, every door you knock on open, and some doors that you knock on may have no good intentions behind it. So you get what I'm saying? So
I understand that point of view of it, but it just lends to the whole culture topic too. Like, we should be sharing information, sharing what
we should. But the problem is, I'm gonna tell you before we move on. The problem is a lot of people bullshit. A lot of people try to, and that's why I said the last part. I understand gatekeeping because I had a lot of people who would hit me on some bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Bro, let me come on the part. What are we talking about?
Right.
What are you doing for the community? You get what I'm saying? Even if I'm not interested, even if you, like for me, when I first started, it wasn't about numbers. It was more so about what do you do that could help somebody get to a point where you are. Even if you had 300 followers, 500 followers, whatever the case may be, you was able to start what you started and get to where you wanted to get to, in a sense, how can you influence or help somebody else? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So when people will want to come on and talk, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, help. What
You want that target, bro? Like,
what do you bring to the table? Like, if you bring something that's gonna
Nothing wrong working at
a
Target.
value, help
I was just about to say that too. Don't be shit at the work.
help
You
us.
got something like you don't even know. You don't even know till you give them the opportunity.
But you ask a question like, bro, so what you trying to talk
Yeah,
about?
like
and
no
they
bullshit.
say shit like, yeah, bro, shit, I'm just trying to chime in on the topics. No.
That's a lot of shit I would get. It was never more so like okay, like you said, you could work at Target. Like, let's say you worked at Target. You said, hey, Tony, I'm trying to come on a pod. I want to talk. Okay, Lee. And I would essentially ask, that's cool, but what would we talk about? Well, I just got into day trading and I'm learning how to trade this and that. I just made my first $5,000 from day trading and I'm trying to pass the knowledge on to somebody. Come on.
Fine. But if you want to talk about your day-to-day struggles at Target,
Or
I'm not interested.
Or just women. A lot of niggas hit me just to want to come on the show to talk about women.
And kick people back in. No, like, let us do that.
That might be controversial though. We should get them more.
let us.
I mean, it could be.
Let's do the kicking in the back. I don't need you to come on here as a spare to come kick people back in. That's our job. But if you add in some type of value and something that the people can ultimately learn from or whatever, sure. But if you have nothing to do but come in here and talk about the unruly customers and the people that steal from your job, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Sorry.
All right, well, let me segue into this next topic.
All right, go ahead.
Dr. Umar said that rap has done nothing for the black community in 50 years.
He's wrong.
Give him, Tony.
He's wrong. Rap has helped a lot of people and saved a lot of lives. Now, essentially, anything that happens in life has a double-edged sword. A lot of motherfuckers was inspired by Scarface to go out here and sell fucking dope. You get what I'm saying? And rap has the same element. A lot of niggas be out here listening to that drill shit, kill shit, stomp them out, burn their body shit, and that's what they emulate. But you can't essentially put it all on rap.
Right.
Because there are 1,000 influences that create these circumstances.
Yeah, because it creates you to go get $1.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that
Nipsey taught me about cryptocurrency.
Right.
Like, yo, and you watched the interview with Black Sam.
Yeah.
Like, him and his brother was hustling.
They was good.
And like, granted, Nipsey may have been doing whatever he was doing, but his brother started out with selling CDs and DVDs. Granted, it was illegal at the time, but in the grand scheme of things, it was a legal hustle.
White collar crime.
Yeah, it was a white collar crime. Like, yeah, you selling CDs and DVDs, and you know the higher ups didn't like what type of but he was making, and I'm gonna call it an honest living. He wasn't out here robbing, snatching chains or purses. He was making an honest living. That man said that they buried $250,000 behind the CDs and DVDs and T-shirt thing that they had going on. They had a legit little hustle, and they was getting to it. You buried. I ain't never buried 250,000 from.
But just to tie back into the previous topic, I feel like hip hop has given us a sense of culture. When we said we our culture, I feel like hip hop has unified.
Yeah, it's been our voice as well.
Well,
Right.
this is how in my mind, this is how it works. Again, like I told you on the last part, I love music, right? So
Correct.
I listen to every genre of music.
Correct.
And damn near every other genre is fucking what's the word? Stolen from black people. Right? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So we got to a point where it was like, what kind of music can we make that these people won't steal? And now, I mean, as you see it now, it's kind of happening. Rap is kind of becoming so commercial that they're allowing any fucking body.
Yeah, but bro, like even like if we go into rock music, they some of those artists influence heavy drug use.
Yeah.
But so they not to be at fault as well. Like you said, double-edged sword. Rap has essentially made some people in a positive light, and in the same sense, it has made some people worse. But I think that's all a mindset.
And
If you allow
in your
KRS-One, who's a conscious or positive rapper, Common is a conscious, positive rapper. There's so many positive rappers out there. You chose to listen to Chief Keef and King Von and go out there and start drilling. That was your fault.
Yeah.
But that starts in the household.
What do you guys think of Dr. Umar? Period. And what has he like physically done for the community? Except build this school that's been in the works for 20 years.
I'm gonna say my part. You go first. You go first.
And call me wrong, whatever the case may be. I know the comments is gonna be crazy, right? But all you doing is not all you doing, but a lot of your conversations is about one, yes, black people sticking together, but you like to kick white people back in.
Yeah, that's true.
That's your thing. That's your bag.
That's true.
You like to kick they back in, and not saying that whites are right or they're wrong. I'm not saying neither one, but bro, you already know the score. If you not smart enough to know what's what, that's your fault as a black man in any other culture. If you don't know when you being mistreated and so on and so forth, yes, I do believe in black love. I do believe in, being with a black woman, so on and so. But that ain't everybody cup of tea. That ain't everybody bag. It shouldn't be frowned upon. Like, oh, he's dating a white woman. What does she have to offer that I don't? It just may be you, miss, or it may just be you, sir. You don't have nothing to offer to the same race person that you are actively trying to date. It just might be you. So you can't go around kicking in people back and he comes off a little racist.
I think no, he can't be racist. But I get what you mean.
Prejudice.
Prejudice
is the word. Excuse me, y'all.
This is my thought with Dr. Umar. I think what he talks about is moving the culture forward. I mean, he does give you perception, and it does allow you to think.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I feel like and I don't know if this is just from my own personal experience in life, because a lot of black people don't realize that they are prejudiced against other black people.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, it's almost like when a nigga get in trouble, what kind of lawyer he go get?
A white one.
Exactly.
Or Jewish.
A nigga won't go bank with a black person. They want to go bank with the
white people because they believe that they're going to do them better.
Exactly.
A crook is a crook.
A crook is a crook. That's true. But essentially, I feel like sometimes there's an agenda with him.
Yeah.
And sometimes the lines get blurred because I'm like, well, what's the okay, I hear your message, but ultimately, what are you really trying to do?
Right. What's your end game here?
You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like for instance, people bring up the school. He's been building that school for what, the last 10, 15 years? It still hasn't come to fruition.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like you going on all these platforms, and I hate to think this way, but it's like, why do you go on all these platforms instead of just putting belt to ass and doing what you got to do to get to get the culture where you essentially say you want it to get to?
Right.
I understand spreading your message, but you spread your message more than you actually do work, at least in my opinion.
So what y'all saying is like it's all talk and no action.
Pretty much. That's what I see.
Right. Like this whole viral moment that he went on with the hip hop that knew that was, he spent the whole thing screaming over the other guy whose mouth wouldn't even let him get his point across, like to even like rebuttal what he's saying. Like he did all that to just create a viral moment.
It's a thing.
And like you don't know if that's not intentional or not.
Yeah, right. It's a thing to be loud and wrong.
Yeah. And a lot of times you gotta question a lot of shit on social media because you really don't know what's real and what's not.
And every viral moment or something that I see on Reels, I automatically say to myself, I wonder if this is real.
Yeah, that's my first. No, he got a point because that's how I gotta think. In a sense, I gotta say to myself, this might not be real. You get what I'm saying? But let's move on.
All right. So you going to have to explain this one because I don't have TikTok. So let me open this video. But a woman was on TikTok saying that men have been stepping away from manhood. What was the
hold on
story in that?
I'm gonna play it real quick. Pause. I gotta stop saying that. I'm gonna play the clip. Matter of fact, go to my story. You'll see it on my story. Oh no, hold on. You don't gotta do that. You
disagree with that. Like,
you ain't got to go to my story. I'm gonna play it. I got it right here. I got it right. Yeah.
Question for the men, and this is me coming to you all, genuinely wanting to know you all's answers. I'm not looking to argue. I'm not looking to belittle your emotions and your answers. I really want to better understand. And my question is, for men as a collective, why does it appear like you all are resistant to evolving the definition of what it means to be a man, while simultaneously hating the effects and the results and consequences of abiding by what it means to be a man? What I mean by this is, to be a man in our society, you can't show emotions. You're only good for what you can provide monetarily and physically. You're valued for what you can do and not who you are. There are so many things you can do that make you appear off as sus or even gay. That very constricting, confined box of what it means to be a man is what you all complain a lot about hating to have to execute and live up to. But when it is encouraged for you all to evolve beyond that, there's resistance. And it's encouraged for you all to do the work to become more emotionally intelligent and aware of your emotions. When it is encouraged for you all to put forth effort to be able to bring more to the table than just monetary providing or physical providing, why is that met with resistance and doubling down on this archaic definition of manhood? Because I see you all complain about men being lonely. I see you all complain about, how isolated you feel and how frustrating it is and how constricting it is.
I'm gonna put this clip in the middle. So I'm gonna clip it up. So this going to be in the middle after you ask your question.
What you've been told this entire time of what it means to be a man. But as a collective, I'm witnessing more doubling down on it than evolving beyond it, and I don't understand why. Is there a fear that is rooted in not wanting to be wrong as far as evolving beyond this definition? Is the double down rooted in a stubbornness of not wanting women and other people?
All right, y'all, we back. We played that clip for y'all so y'all could get a better understanding of what we were talking about. So, Keon, what do you think?
And I'm not bad mouthing her. I think that was just.
I think it was a genuine question, bro.
Yeah, it is a genuine question. I also think that there has been her personal experiences with men. So if she's asking the question in a broad spectrum, I feel as though that it has been her encounters with men. I'm sure there are men out there that feel that way and feel as though that, we aren't allowed to be vulnerable and express ourselves. Yes, those men do exist. We do exist. I'm just going to speak as a whole for men. I just don't.
Do you think men are doing the work? Like, are men going to therapy? Are they seeking help? Are they trying to tap into their emotional bag?
Some are, but so let's say if we are doing the work and doing what we're supposed to do to quote unquote get ourselves together to be emotionally, physically, financially, morally available for women, y'all come up with a whole nother list as soon as we doing the fucking work for the shit that we doing. It's like the list never ends. It's like, God damn. Like, so it's like, are you fucking perfect and without flaw and you consistently pointing out my shit? And I'm doing the work, and if I get 5 things done that you said is on your list, you'll have another 5 by the time I get to the 5th one that's on the first list. So it's like, goddamn, when is enough? I'm not saying settle, but when is the enough? And women say, you know what? I see that Keon, Tony, Reese is doing the work, and
So essentially, your issue is that the goalpost is always moving.
It moves consistently.
That's life. We always moving and growing.
No,
but
that
hold
doesn't
on.
apply to that.
Hold on, but that is a little wrong in a sense because if I do the work, the problem. All right, let me just get in my bag real quick. The problem is, in my opinion, is that most people just don't know what they want. That's men and women, essentially, right? Most people think they want a certain kind of love. When they get it, it's like, no, this is not what I expected. Like, I had an ex tell me once, you was ready for marriage, kids, you wanted to do all this other stuff. And I thought to myself, but isn't that the goal? Like, who want to be out here playing in their 40s and 50s, essentially, when the goal is to get to a sense of unity, right? But what that told me was motherfuckers don't want what they say they want. So if I do the work and I get to where I get to, and now you don't like it, like I had somebody tell me once, you communicate too much. The fuck that mean?
But then when you don't say a motherfucking thing, that ain't it. You don't never have no input. Right. You don't have nothing to say. What do you want? Do you want me to over communicate? Like, men and women both need to make their mind up about what they really want. Don't tell me some shit that you seen on TikTok or what your homegirl got or your homeboy got, and you want that. And that's not really what you want. Want what works for
So I'm gonna tell you why that's a thing. In my opinion, this is my theory in that, because the difference between men being raised, or boys being raised to men, and women being raised to women, or girls being raised to women, we're told two different things. Me and you were told to soil our oats, take our time, chill, find the right one. Women, they told that they need their prince. Like, think about all the Disney movies you ever watched as a kid. When, girl Disney movies you ever watched as a kid. All the things you did as a kid to want to get to that point of companionship, or as a teenager and into your early 20s.
That big wedding, that fairy tale wedding.
That is kind of taught in a sense,
it's
right?
learned behavior.
I'm gonna tell you this. Most women, every nigga they date, they think that he the one. Men don't think like that. We either know right away, like in that moment, like we see you and it's like, oh my, that's my wife. Or you do something that says, okay, this is my person.
Yeah, and it can be big or small for me to be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But it takes for us to know. And it can be it might be a weekend or a year in, 2 years. Mm-hmm. But then when it hits us, not saying that we are slower thinkers, but we gotta see that thing and be like, it's
a moment that clicks in partnership when we realize we can't live without you. Or like I said, it's at first sight, like that's my wife.
I thought we were going on top of what she was saying.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think
because I feel like y'all still didn't answer the question. She specifically said, like, men are out here saying they are lonely. They feel like they can't.
Well, I answered the question. The problem is the goalposts keep moving. So it's like
when you are vulnerable with somebody.
Yeah, it's like
you need to do something.
Yeah. It's like I remember Kevin Samuels used to say, "Don't complain to your women. Like if you need to complain to your homeboy, get a therapist, but never complain to your women." And I resonated with that because I realized from a past situation, like I was complaining to her a lot.
What do you mean by complaining?
Just complaining. Venting. Yeah, I'm broke. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't. So what that says to her is, even if she's trying to be supportive in that moment, it's still a part of her mind that says he's not a provider. You get what I'm saying? Right. Like that's just human nature.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna kick all women back in, because there are some that be like, okay, he needs my help. So there are those, and then those will be there are those that's like, bum ass nigga. Yeah. I'm good. So it's like a 50-50 when you are open and vulnerable with your significant other. Like they either gonna gonna try to help you in your whatever your problems are, whatever you're venting about, or there are those that are gonna be like,
Yeah, and too, like,
shit is a problem.
like
I'm
I said,
good.
some people get what they want and don't realize that that's what. Like, for instance, you might want the nigga who got the good job, who could pay all the bills, but he's misogynistic.
They want to know.
Right. He gonna tell you what you want. You know what I'm saying? He gonna look at like I think it's human nature for anybody who makes more money than somebody to look at them a certain way. Even if you try not to. I think I've only had one successful relationship where this person still treated me, or she purposely may have treated me like I was still a man, even though she made more money than me. But for the most part, when someone makes more money than the other person, they naturally look down on her. Like, even if you're not trying to, they somehow
it comes out
yeah.
in some way, shape, or form, and that may not be your intent, but it's the body language, the verbiage, and what you say. And you, like, as a man or a woman, you got two choices: A, get your money up to level up and be equal with them or surpass them, or B, sit there and be a bitch ass nigga and keep taking it, or a sucker woman and sit there and take it.
Yeah.
Pause.
But like no, that's not a pause on a woman.
It's not?
Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah. But woman, y'all take it.
Like, a good point that I was getting ready to make is a man comes home from working all day, he makes all the money to support everything. You don't cook, don't make a meal. But you've been dealing with the kids all day. It's not going to resonate in his mind. His first thought may not be like, oh, she probably tired because she's been here with the kids, running around. They had doctor's appointments. No, he's going to think, I'm out here making all day. Yeah, I'm making this motherfucking money, and your ass in that motherfucking kitchen. Like, why is my plate not? You get what I'm saying? Like, it seems like when people make more money than other people, they don't know how to sympathize with her. And vice versa. When a woman makes more money than a man, she talked to him a certain way.
Real greasy.
I think it's just natural. It's a natural thing.
It just happens, like, and it's sad but true. It's rare that you find somebody that's on the same or equal playing field as you, whether they make more money than you or you make more than them. It's rare that you find somebody that.
Like, I always tell niggas this. I say, look, when a nigga cheat, he cheat up or down.
Most times he cheats down,
right? Because the woman is like, he make
more. It be some bum bitch.
Yeah, he make more than her. He can provide. She make him feel like a man, and so on and so on. But when most women cheat, they cheat what? Up. They got a whole fucking astronaut.
Yeah.
Like, where you meet?
Yeah.
Fuck, you meet this nigga?
My man work at my current man work at AutoZone.
Right.
This nigga's
this nigga for NASA.
Yeah, this nigga work for NASA. Now I can't compete with that shit, bitch. Yeah. I don't got that type of money.
Yeah, first of all, how did you find this nigga?
Yeah, where the fuck was he at?
Where did you find this nigga?
Fucking nigga, where was you at? You was on a dating site?
Nah, it's probably at Whole Foods somewhere.
Yeah.
Nigga had a whole Mercedes Benz and shit. Yeah. But my point being is, I think to answer the question ultimately is that I think men are just tired of doing the work and then the goalpost is moved. I can't be more emotionally intelligent, more financially stable, or whatever the case may be, and then you shit on me.
So can you agree to this? Some things I'm just not. I'm not.
Well, I think the biggest problem is that people want both. Like, they just want both. You get what I'm saying? Like, a woman who's dealing with a man who pays all the bills, she still want to have certain freedom. She still want to do certain shit. She still want to go out with her girls and all this other shit.
And then that nigga is controlling.
Yeah, he's not going to allow none of that shit.
He's like, you ain't going nowhere.
You pay a nigga, you with a nigga who pay 50-50 bills, you know, he might can't get you something on Valentine's Day. You got to wait till next week when you get paid. So it's all in essentially what you want to deal with. I think in that sense, when it comes to women trying to understand why men aren't the same as maybe back in the day, one, you got to take in consideration inflation. Right, niggas is not making top dollar no more. That's not just what it is anymore. You got to also take in consideration social media, right? Because now I know people exist that I may have never knew existed. So now I'm seeing other things. You get what I'm saying? You got to take in. It's just like a lot of things you kind of.
It's a long list of shit, right? That we got to go down and check those boxes and compete with that, whatever that is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We seeing other niggas who was on their shit, and we might not be on our shit, and it's like,
yeah, I don't think that, you know, men or women should have to settle anything like that. No, I'm not saying that, but if the person that you have, the core of that person is genuine and good, sometimes it's okay to work with that core because he or she has the ability to be this. Sometimes, and I hate to use the word molding, but sometimes you gotta build a nigga, build a broad. You gotta mold them sometimes. And I know that's not a proper term, but sometimes you gotta teach the person that you, I'm just saying hypothetically. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta teach the person that you with to properly love you the way that you want to be loved, or whatever the case may be, because they may not be equipped or had to emotionally or financially tap in to whatever that side is that you require. And it all depends on how much you love a person.
But sometimes that's where people get stuck, when you too busy focus on the potential of somebody instead of focusing on reality. So sometimes saying the potential can be a good thing. You can, like, quote unquote, help mold them.
I said sometimes.
You can be stuck on a wheel with.
Yeah,
keyword was sometimes.
Just to go in another bag right quick. I think most.
How many bags you got?
Too many women fall for potential. I always tell women, don't fall for potential. I mean, it's okay for a nigga to have potential, but if you not seeing him do anything with the potential, then he's probably, like, if a nigga say, yo, I want to be a rapper, but every day you come in the house, he on the couch playing the game, never in the studio, never linking up with people, not going out trying to market himself, whatever the case may be. You can't fall, like, that's a red flag.
Potential has a line.
Yeah, potential has a line.
And your potential need to be adding up.
Yeah. Your potential got to be.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you got to be doing
that's a true bill.
Yeah, you got to be, like, I used to tell my homegirls, like, they be like, yeah, he got this potential and that. I'm like, but is he doing it? Like, even if he's not there, but is he making steps towards potentially being able to get there? But to go back to our original thought, that's my answer. I think it's just like when a nigga get his shit together, it's always something else. It feels like most time with women is never enough.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like it's just that you gonna find something wrong to nitpick about. So, and
like I can give yo. First it was the money. I go out here and make the money. Now it's the time.
So because you're making the money, you can't make the time?
No, it's not.
What the fuck?
Because what
the fuck? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious?
Money, now you worried about the time, like, so you can't do both?
Because I got it. If I'm making more money, that costs me more of my time to accommodate for the money. So no, motherfucker, I don't have enough time right now.
Well, because I'm out here making the money too. So now I don't have time to cook dinner. So now we'll be it.
See, that's that bullshit.
Hold on. But
no, fuck her.
That's a logical. That's logical for us. We're not going to be upset about that. Okay, my girl out here making the money. She not going to have time to cook. Cool.
For how long that's going to be cool, though?
If it's making sense as far as in the household, it's going to continue to be cool.
Right, so
we're logical thinkers. We're not going to.
Let me further that, right? So now I got less time.
Prioritize the time.
Yeah, so the time that I have off is going to be spent with you, right? But you know what you going to say prior to me? If I work Monday to Saturday because I'm trying to compensate and get this money that you're requiring, Sunday is my day off, and I spend it with you, you know what some women are liable to say? You just don't spend no time with me no more. And I'm like,
that's true.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's true. I'm out here Monday to Saturday busting my ass to make sure that I can
working
afford
12
you.
To 16 hours.
So Sunday is my only day off, and I might want to say we're spending time together, but we're going to spend it in the house or so. I don't know. But what the fuck?
The shit that is frustrating is, like, most.
You over there like that's right.
Yeah, because it's not personal to me. My personal life is fine. I'm good. I get my back kicked in sometimes about shit that I don't do, but it's minor.
Right.
It's very minor.
Right.
I don't have you need to make more money, blah blah blah. I have a person in my life that is more uplifting and is nurturing and hey, it's okay, baby type vibes, which keeps me going. So I can't really personally relate.
I'm just back to the topic, like, why we all just can't be well rounded? Because
it's not possible.
How?
Because I mean,
we out here doing the work. We're going to therapy. We got the job. We're taking care of the kids. We making time. We taking care of the house. We want the same thing from our partner.
Right, but again, there's always an
all
issue.
Women are not like the people that you're describing.
But even in that sense, there's still an issue. Even in that, if a nigga go do all the work he do, right? So I go to therapy. I make sure I prioritize time with you, whatever the case may be. Then something else arises. It's always another issue. Because
for life, something always gonna come out.
No, I'm talking about in the sense of like something is being neglected, and it's like logically, it's not making sense to us because you're upset about something that should like
we're gonna always fall short somewhere. And you
that's just the logical
eyes.
stand. Like when I said first it was the money, then I went to make the money. Now it's the time. Now it's I need help with this. Well, I gotta work. I need to do this Saturday. I gotta work. I need. When can we go out? Well, we can go out after I get off. But then, why are you always so tired? Why you can't give me all of you?
Yeah,
I just work 12 hours. Then gotta be at work at 6 a.m. Right, still gotta go to the gym because you still want me to look physically good. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I ain't meet you like this.
Exactly. So all these things,
so men and women ultimately have to keep up a lot of standards to keep the person that they're with. So if she made that statement, there's a man on TikTok or social media that's making those same claims, right? When it pertains to women. There's somebody, I haven't seen him yet, but there is a man out there that has posted a video that went viral or is going viral that's making those same that has the same concerns, right? It just so happens that there was a woman that went viral first with her complaints, and I'm almost certain, I can't prove it. I'm almost certain there's more women out there that's complaining about what men do and don't do and what they require and so on and so forth than there are with men that do that same complaint. Because guess what we do? We have been conditioned to.
Not even complaining, but just wanting to hold up to a higher standard as well. Do you know right now Black women are the most educated race in America? Like, what's going on with that? Most Black men now only have a high school diploma. And so now we are in different playing fields. Like, if I'm up here with a master's degree and now only playing field with niggas with high school diplomas, now I'm settling for that. So then what else I got to settle for? Now you telling me that you got to work 16 hours a day. So now I lose your money. Now I lose your time. Now what else I got to settle for? So yeah, that's why we are.
So you want me to go back to school?
No, hold on, I got you.
We're saying things that we need. We're vocalizing our needs. And we want y'all to meet us where we at.
And you know what you got to blame for that?
Society.
Racism. Racism.
The man.
Racism. Like, I seen a clip where the dude said this one kid had a GPA of like something crazy, like past the 4.0. He scored some crazy score. He went to an inner city school and no one offered this man a scholarship.
What?
Not one school. They had to go find him a scholarship. He's like, yo, I did everything y'all told me to. No school wants me. Right? Because he didn't have the information. A lot of people get caught up. See, the problem is in your younger years, you kind of get caught up in like what's happening today. You get what I'm saying? A lot of young men, if they don't have men in their lives, they fall victim to chasing coochie. You You get what I'm saying? Trying to be cool, wanting to be on the block, or they in a circumstance where they have to make money right now. So then they get themselves caught up in the system. So the problem is society is just not offering too many opportunities for young black men to progress into that space. With women, it's completely different because I heard somebody say this earlier. If you're coming from a single parent home and you're being raised by a woman, they say women love their sons but raise their daughters. And he was absolutely right. And I'm going to tell you why. And then we're going to get out of here. I asked my best friend this question. I said, yo, when did you learn how to pay bills? She said 9. When you learn how to pay bills?
Well, my situation is different. I didn't know. I was the baby. My mother was done.
Okay. Well, most women I asked that question, they learned to pay bills between the ages of 8 to 12. You know when I paid my first bill? When I was 19. That's when I paid my first bill. No one taught me how to do that. No one taught me anything. I essentially learned on my own. So essentially, I think women are kind of prepped different than men.
Right.
And most men, most kids, the only thing when it comes to college that they aspire to be is an athlete. You gotta have that influence to want you to go to college.
Right.
If you're not a good athlete, but most young black men don't have that.
So as a culture, we need to do more with raising our young men to want more.
Exactly. So to answer your question, that's really what it is. Just a lot of young black men aren't going to college because they, like I said, they get lost chasing coochie, being cool, selling drugs, falling short, being in the system early, whatever the case may be.
But you know what I've noticed though, and this is the young men that I've come across in the barbershop and in passing, a lot of these young men are more focused. It's a small percentage, but the ones I've come across, I'm in college. Blah, blah. I have a lot of clients that like, I haven't seen them. I'm like, bro, where you been at? Oh yeah, I go to school in such and such. Oh, you in college? Oh, okay, cool. And that comes from parents actually prepping their kids. So I agree with you. They were prepped at a young age. I don't believe that all children are meant to go to college because sometimes college is not for some kids.
That's true.
Right.
But a lot of these kids, these black men are going to college. They're, getting those degrees and so on and so forth. They doing the work. And then you have that batch where that household ain't necessarily, proper. So they don't know that this is the right thing. Or they are influenced, like you said, by social media and they want to get rich now fame. You know what I mean? Think about how many people you see on social media, all debits, tap in and blah, blah, the scammers life. The scammer life is the luxurious life as of right now. They not looking at me and you as the man that get up and go to work as cool. We not cool.
Yeah, because we not flashy.
We not flashy. We not cool. But everything that we got, we earned. Y'all stole. And that's just what it is. Like y'all did. But we, like you said, we all need to tie back in as a community, black women, black men, and get back to genuinely loving each other and supporting each other the way that we supposed to if we want to create a next generation of love.
Yeah.
Love.
I agree with that.
Love.
Right.
Because this generation now, our age group, ain't a lot of love. It's love amongst people that you know. It's not a genuine love as a whole for all your people. Right. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So we gotta raise our children to love. Like that, yes, school and all of that's all very relevant and important. But love go a long way. Yo, think about how your mother love you or your father love you, how that make you feel as a child. Not saying that I don't know your household and you don't know mine's ultimately, but love go a long way, bro. It go a long way. It don't cost you nothing to love a person. It costs you zero to love an individual. So if we want to fuck the Umar shit, all of this, and so on and so forth. If we invest in loving in our household, we breed a generation of children that's gonna essentially love. Granted, they gonna get fucked over maybe a time or two because they showing genuine love, but ultimately, if they never lose sight of that love, they gonna be good, bro.
I agree with that. I think that's a good statement to leave with. So essentially, people out there, love your kids, guide them, push them in the right direction. You know, Black women are yearning for Black men, and vice versa. But we're gonna end it on that note.
Yeah, hey man, listen, and
Peace
one,
and love.
yeah, peace and love, all that. But once again, man, this was a great pod. But also, I need y'all to do y'all part, small part, like, follow, subscribe, repost if you can, leave a comment, all of that, and we'll see y'all next time, man.
Well, next week I want to do the other episode, the reverse.
Yeah, let's do
Uno
it.
reverse.
Yeah, Uno reverse. Let's do that, y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in, baby.
That's what.